And one of the things I like about consulting is, every day is different, and it's been really great.
Going into university, I thought I wanted to be a biochemical engineer because that sounded really cool, editing some genes and stuff like that. But then first year chemistry was pretty hard. And I switched to environmental engineering, and I thought, oh, that'll be great for my long-term career stability because there's always contaminated sites. Like, those aren't going anywhere in my lifetime.
The Qualified Persons Community of Ontario was kind of formed out of some discussions that I've had over a few years with a good friend of mine who works at the Ministry of Environment in the Brownfields review section, Adam Luce. And Adam was, he and I had always kind of bumped into each other at different things, ONEA roundtables and different listening sessions that the ministry was holding at the time when the excess soil regulation in Ontario was being formed. And Adam and I had always talked about how there needed to be something more, an area where the qualified persons that are defined by the regulations in Ontario for brownfields and for excess soil didn't have a collective voice. And with engineers and geoscientists both having their own regulatory bodies in Ontario, then they're separate, that we kind of needed a third party to kind of moderate that rather than one or the other taking over running a QP association. My long-time work with ONEA kind of dawned on me that was probably a really good opportunity for ONEA to kind of step in and say, we can moderate this, we can bring this together and bring the QPs into what we're calling the community.
Yeah, when QPCO was first starting, really in the early couple of days, I think a colleague told me about this new group and that it sounded really good and that I should join. And I joined one of the first meetings, and Grant was kind of talking about the vision and what he was looking to kind of create. And I opened my mouth about some marketing, LinkedIn kind of tips about what we could do as a group to promote ourselves more. And then boom, Grant volunteered me as a communications lead for the group. It's a great opportunity, and I didn't know how I could kind of turn down that chance to be part of something so amazing and to be at the forefront of stuff. We've started a Bedrock technical working group, which is very exciting. It's a passion project that many people will realize that we have various problems with moving bedrock and dealing with it from an excess soil point of view in the province. So we've got representatives from geotechnical engineering, environmental consultants and QPs. We've got laboratory, like all the labs are represented on this almost. And then the Ministry of the Environment is actively involved and interested.
The ministry is going to be helping us out with ensuring that, the content is good and meets all their expectations and get their buy-in, so that it is almost like, without being a certified program, it will be something that people can take and improve their skills and find the pitfalls that we're dealing with. So we're looking at rolling that out in November this year. There's a lot of smiling, there's some hugs, there's handshaking, happy to see each other, happy to meet new people and bring you into the community. So it's more than I can even ever have dreamed. It's like a big family, and that's why when the name community was suggested to me, I didn't think it was really that big, but it is big, and it has become very big in the description. And I don't think there's a better word that we could have used. Association, organization, those are very bland. Community to me says a lot.
Some of our best conversations with the membership have been people just saying, oh man, I have a cobalt exceedance that I think is naturally occurring. Has anyone else seen that? And then the discussion just runs away and everyone's very involved and invested and interested, because this is the kind of conversation that we can't have, especially for the smaller firms. You can't have these larger regional discussions. It's just your own experience. So it's really, really cool when that happens.
It's great to see the smiles and the excitement on both your faces. I mean, it really shows, that word community does fit and is very appropriate.
The majority of QPs in Ontario will be active QPCO members. and there'll be no hesitation to call up one another or anyone in the directory and, ask project-specific questions if you need clarification on something. And we're always referring to raising the bar. That's kind of been our slogan and our tagline for the past couple of years. But in 5 years, we hope that the number of RSC submissions is one of our kind of goals will have noticeably decreased. So that would be a nice target to show that we are raising the bar because the quality of those submissions has improved. You should always be asking questions. And you'll look much stupider if you're caught pretending to know an answer than if you're going to simply just ask someone a question. And if you can't do that within your company, now you have a community to reach out to.
Anybody can be a member and just have their name listed on our directory. But are you being active? Are you coming out to the events? Are you asking questions? Are you meeting people? That's something that I didn't learn until later on in my career. The power of your network is amazing. And without that network, QPCO would never have gotten off the mat.
Thank you much for tuning in today. Hope you all join us again soon.
Thanks, Brayden. Thanks to ERIS.
Thank you so much.